spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
A short kick taken at the 18. Fields passing on the first play from scrimmage. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. This defense for the Vikings, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you look hesitant.
Time to regroup. And incomplete on the deep ball.
You see them communicating after that play, and they both know that they missed a shot for a touchdown on that throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here's Fields.
Going for it all.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Nice job there, forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Cousins now. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
On second down, a run with Herbert.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Fields on third down. This pass on target. Velus Jones with it.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Goodson. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
Algier will try to pick it up.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
When you're dead last in the NFL in third down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about picking up that one? That was big for them.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Here's Fields.
Flush to his right. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Now Fields.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta 2 seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
About that. What a crazy situation we just saw there.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
They snap it to Fields.
Steps away to his left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Cook. And he's got some space here. There he goes, left side. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. So they're bouncing against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Back up that close to their own end zone, you usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete from the 21 and 2nd and 10.
Play action. It's Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Forced out to his left. Man open, here is Jones.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this belongs to the Vikings.
We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 yards there for number 15. First down, here's the run with Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The Vikings had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Fourth down, Cousins. 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson,
his 4th touchdown of the year.
And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Joseph connects on the extra point,
and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
They'll let this go for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They start the drive with Cook. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
From the 44, Cousins. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They go play action. Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Room here to run.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. I have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis operating, going set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. But despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing is Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Cook. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. A short kick taken at the 18. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Off play action, Fields. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, 57 yards. And the Bears are able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead to 21-17. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Throwing, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Over the middle, complete. It's Osborne. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team and put points on the board,
Those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On second down, it's Cook again.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
123 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They run it again with Cook.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but from both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here's Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
And I believe that gain on third and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
They're able to keep the drive alive 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So the drive will indeed continue. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And a short gain down to about the 33. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively.
Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year.
And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead is up to 15 now.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. A short kick taken at the 8.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers and quickly.
Down at the 25.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
172 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 10. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Joseph's got it. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Joseph now to kick this one away. A short kick taken at the 18. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. On 1st down, it's Fields. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Fields now to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on 1st down and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
Here's Cook again.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. On second down, Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. To throw, Cousins. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Fourth down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake.
The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Vikings use the short field to get in for 6.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.